Hi, it's Nick from the Run Testers, and this is our review of the Saucony Triumph 18. Starting with the key stats of the shoe, it's going to cost £145 in the UK and $150 in the US. It has an 8mm drop with a heel height of 32.5mm down to 24.5mm at the front. When it comes to weight, this is a UK size 9 and it weighs 339 grams, which is 11.9 ounces. That's quite interesting because the previous Triumph, the 17 in my size, was 315 grams or 11.1 ounces. So it's been a fairly big jump to the new shoe. Starting with the upper on the Triumph, it's a mesh upper, pretty standard stuff with loads of padding around the kind of tongue and heel and collar here. Generally that's fine. It's quite a snug, comfortable fit usually. It's very nice step-in comfort, but I ran with it in a heat wave here in the UK, which doesn't happen very often, admittedly, but it was a little bit oppressive. It was quite hot, all this cushioning. But like I say, not normally a problem for me. In the midsole of the shoe, you have Saucony's Power Run Plus foam. Now this is the second Triumph to have this foam after the Triumph 17. The shoes before in the line used Saucony's Everrun foam. It's a TPU foam, it's kind of firm, responsive, bouncy, comfortable still. It's a bit like Adidas's Boost. It's not to be confused with the Power Run PB foam in the Endorphin like Pro and Speed shoes in Saucony's line. They're a PB based foam. So it's good. It's not really soft and springy like Zoom X or New Balance's Fuel Cell even, but it is comfortable and it is kind of durable and pretty bouncy, pretty good. Geometry of the midsole in the Triumph 18 has been tweaked slightly compared to the Triumph 17, according to Saucony, to make for a faster, snappier ride. Also, there's been changes on the outsole, which has now got a blown rubber as opposed to the crystal rubber on the previous version of the shoe. Again, this is designed to promote a kind of faster, snappier ride and also add a bit of grip, according to Saucony. Inside, you have the form fit kind of insole, kind of wraps the foot from below in a way, and the whole thing is designed to create a very snug fit around the whole foot. That's really very comfortable. I found that the Triumph 18 fit true to size. I think this is maybe the 5th shoe in the Triumph line that I've tried. They've all fit true to size. Pretty much all Saucony shoes have. I think the toe box is roomy. It was for me anyway. It comes to a reasonably sharp point at the front there, but I think it's wide enough and accommodates to your toes quite nicely. Nice and snug around the midfoot, but again, it's all about that kind of cushioning on top. It kind of really wraps the foot in a very cushioned manner, but it does create quite a good lockdown fit, and I didn't have any slippage around the heel or anything like that. So yeah, true to size. So like I said, this is maybe the 5th version of the Triumph line that I've run in, and I really enjoyed it right from the start. I think the first one I used was the Triumph ISO 2. Loved that shoe, actually used it to set half marathon PB when I was just starting out as a runner. And I've just really always liked them. They're obviously very cushioned shoes, designed for a comfortable feeling on the run, but they always had a little bit of speed in them for me. I always found like if I put a bit into the shoe, I'd get a bit back. The Everrun and then the midsole on the Triumph 17 would always kind of give me that bit back, and I could run tempo runs in them if I wanted, or finish a long run pretty hard, upping the speed. And I really love the changes Saucony made last year to the 17, bringing in this new foam, the Power Run Plus. I thought it was really good. Loved everything about that shoe. One of my favourite shoes of last year. So obviously I'm saying all of this, you probably picked up on the fact that I'm building up to say that I haven't loved running in the Triumph 18, and I'm not really sure what it is. So I've done a whole load of running in the shoe. I actually run more than I normally would in a tester shoe just to try and, for it to click into place and for me to start enjoying running it, because I always have with the Triumph shoes. So I've done a couple of long runs, several tempo runs, a lot of easy running, well over 120 odd K or something in the shoe, and it still just hasn't really happened for me. I still like running easy in it. I still quite enjoy running long in it, but I don't find picking up the pace in the shoe comfortable at all. Like on tempo runs, it just felt a bit flat and leaden on the foot, and when I was up in the pace at the end of long runs, I just felt tired and like it was a bit of an effort to pick up the shoe. Obviously that can just be the way you feel that day, but done it a few long runs in this and it just hasn't really happened for me. I don't know what it is, because Saucony say they've changed the geometry to be faster. It's got the same foam in it, which I really like. The outsole rubber is supposed to be making it quicker as well, but the opposite effect seems to have happened for me. Like, I don't normally sweat a few grams of weight in a shoe. I always think it really, the design of the shoe can completely nullify whatever the weight says, really. But I do feel the extra weight on this shoe. Like, the Triumph is always a shoe that has run lighter than its weight for me, but this doesn't. It runs its weight, which is pretty heavy. So it just feels like you've got a big slab of cushioning there. It's pretty comfortable, but if you want to do anything other than kind of run easy in it, it's not really the perfect shoe for it. So yeah, I mean, this is all kind of maybe a bit unfair of the shoe. It's obviously something that's designed to be a cushioned daily trainer, very easy run shoe, and it is good for that. But I actually don't think it's great for that, like some shoes are, like Brooks Glycerin, and I don't think it's as versatile as previous Triumphs, in that I don't enjoy picking up the pace in this, even just a tempo level. I find it just a bit dull on the foot when it comes to it. It's a shame. Always loved this shoe. I'm interested to see if people who've used it before feel the same, that this new version has made it worse or better for them. But yeah, it's just not quite as good as previous Triumphs for me. So based on my experience in the Triumph 18, it's probably not a shoe I'd be buying. Like, in this category of kind of really plush daily trainers with lots of cushioning, I think there are better options out there. Whereas in the past, I'd have probably put the Triumph at the top of this category. So if you just want a pure, easy ride, a really comfy shoe with no concern about pace, the Glycerin 17 from Brooks I think is more comfortable. Tom and I have reviewed that shoe on the channel and we just both really loved running it. It's just a comfortable option. Again, that's not great for picking up the pace in, but this isn't either. So I think if you just want comfort, that's the more comfortable one, the Glycerin. I actually found the Nike Pegasus 37 to be a more versatile kind of easy day shoe that had that bit extra on when I was running tempo pace in it. I found it was a bit more responsive for me with the React foam. I know a lot of people don't find that with React foam, especially if they have larger foot sizes, so that could be something interesting. I'm a size 9, like I say. Maybe it gets just uncomfortably heavy, the React foam, if you go to too big a shoe size. However, yeah, I found the Pegasus more versatile. I actually think it's got good grip on the bottom, so it's good for kind of a mix of road and light trails. It's a lot cheaper than this. It's like 105 quid. So I think the Pegasus 37 would get my vote ahead of the Triumph 18. It'll probably be the top of that category for me at the moment, those kind of cushioned daily trainers. But yeah, like I say, a lot of people don't like that Pegasus feeling in the React foam. So in which case, I would probably just get the Triumph 17. It's still on sale. It's probably going to be reduced now. The new shoe is out. I don't like the little changes they've made to the shoe. They're quite small, so I'm surprised it's had this big a change for me, but I would just buy the Triumph 17. It's a similar shoe, but just a little bit better for me when you do try and up the pace. I've done lots of tempo running in the 17 and found it a comfortable shoe to do that in, as well as being really nice and kind of plush on easy day runs. And then with the Saucony's O line, there's the Endorphin Shift running shoe, which I haven't tried, but that's got the speed roll technology from the Endorphin Pro and Speed, which is amazing. Really helps you kind of roll through your heel to toe transition and kind of maintain your kind of foot speed. And even though that again is a big cushion shoe designed for kind of easy runs, I imagine it might be slightly better to pick up the pace in just because it has got that speed roll technology. So I just think at the moment the Triumph is a little outgunned within the kind of top end premium cushion shoe market. For comfort, there's the Glycerin. For kind of the same thing but better, there's the Triumph 17 in my view. And then if you want, I'd actually probably put the Pegasus 37 ahead of those shoes, even though it's much cheaper. I just find that a kind of a better all-round, more versatile shoe, in that I do enjoy running quick in it. Well, quickish. I still don't take it down the track probably, but yeah. All in all, a nice cushion shoe. Probably better options out there at the moment, including its predecessor. So that's it. That's our review of the Saucony Triumph 18. Please do like and subscribe. Let us know if you have any questions about the shoe, or if you have any opinions on it you'd like to share in the comments below. And we'll see you next time. Thanks very much.